Hello, welcome and settle down. Over the last few years, we have seen a rise of a certain food and drink genre, the YouTuber branded food and drink. However, which is the best? Will it be Mr. Beast beating the competition, or Ryan Trahan's new sweet, Joyride, taking a ride to the top? Today, we find out. First, let's set some ground rules for two things. A, what makes a YouTube brand product, and what makes them the best. A YouTube brand would be a YouTuber branded product created by a YouTuber or being named after a YouTuber. So the competitors today are Feastables, Joyride and Prime. Now, how do we figure out the definitive best? Well, on the back of everything, food-wise or drink-wise, should be a nutritional fact sheet with the content inside of the food, such as the fat amount of the food, vitamins amount and protein amount. These are key to deciding the best. As for me, I want a good tasting but overall healthy drink or food. Which one would truly affect my health? So, let's start with fat, which isn't bad. But to explain it, we'll need to get into science mode real quick. Firstly, what does fat do? Fat stores your body energy and keeps your blood and cholesterol levels in check. Fat in its unsaturated form is pretty good for you, being found in fruit and vegetables like avocado. However, its more unhealthy variant is named saturated fat. The key difference is while unsaturated fat is liquid at room temperature, saturated fat is solid, meaning it can clog up your arteries. Along with this, according to studies, saturated fat increases your LDL cholesterol levels, which, to simplify, it increases your chances of getting type 2 diabetes. Now, the FDA recommends less than 20 grams of saturated fat a day for a 2,000 calorie diet, which is the average calories needed for an adult. Now, with that out the way, let's talk about Feastables, which launched on January 29th, 2022. The Beast Bars have 4 different flavours: milk chocolate, milk crunch, almond, peanut butter crunch, dark chocolate and dark chocolate sea salt. Recently, in February 2024, Feastables had a complete rebrand, including a new recipe. Now you know what Feastables is if you didn't. Let's find out how healthy Feastables are. For this experiment, let's use the milk chocolate, the default chocolate type. On the screen is the nutritional facts for the milk chocolate variant. And using this we can find the saturated fat, which is 6 grams, which is less than 20 grams, but the real problem here is that this is the half bar, so it actually is 12 grams of saturated fat. This all looks fine, including the 15 gram total of sugar, which also isn't the best for you. However, this doesn't hold everything, does it? Just to remind everyone, times this by 2 to get the real amount for the whole bar. There is 15 grams of sugar in a half bar and 30 grams of sugar in the whole bar, which is, according to the NHS, the entirety that an adult should be eating per day, which the NHS equates to 7 sugar cubes. Along with that, kids, which are Mr. Beast's target audience, shouldn't be able to eat the whole bar, with their cap being 24 grams a day. You may wonder, so, what does the sugar cap mean? Surely it doesn't matter, right? Well, sugar actually can't produce fructose, which means it goes to your liver and turns into fat, which can cause liver disease. Along with that, you know all the bad things about saturated fat, sugar, and stuff that does too. Plus, it increases the chance of heart disease, along with type 2 diabetes. Lucky for us, a child can't eat a whole chocolate bar in a day, right? Well, it's really hard to find out. I found a few studies suggesting English children on average eat 1 chocolate bar a day, and a Polish study suggesting children ate 3 to 6 chocolates per day. Each of them predate 2015, so I take them with a grain of salt. The fact is, a full Feastable bar could be dangerous for children. I have 2 more YouTubers, however, to whiz through, so let's leave Mr. Beast here for now. Next up is Ryan Trahan's very own Joyride. Let's quickly give you the backstory. So Ryan did not like the unhealthy sweets on the market, so he created Joyride, announcing it on a video called My Last Video mere weeks ago. On his website he displays the nutritional facts for all 3 flavours, but we need to pick one to put into this competition. The one most people seem to like in the reviews are sour blue, so this is my baseline. Let's look at the facts, the nutritional facts that is. Number 1, you may notice there are 0 grams of total fat, which is not uncommon for candies or sweets to have less than 0.5 grams of fat. The total sugar is only 4 grams, with the top proclaiming 3 servings per container. For the whole container, that would be 3 times anything that's on this list, so 12 grams of sugar. Now for the ingredient list. There are a few things that jump out. One is steve oil glycosides, which can cause nausea, low blood pressure, and bloating. Along with that is agar, a substance which can cause diarrhea. However, both of these cases could be an extreme result. If that didn't comfort you, the ingredients list goes in order from most to least used. Finally is Prime, and I can tell you who was the loser of today's competition. Let's explain why though. First, let's pick the lucky Prime. Let's take blue raspberry, which is one of the most popular flavours. Before we drop into this, let's talk about Prime Origin, a drink company founded by Logan, Paul and KSI. Okay, back into the Prime facts. I was going to use Matt Pat's video on Prime to quote this, but he unlisted it, so I have to do research from scratch. So, doing some checks, Prime actually has a few unhealthy things, such as E950, aka acyl sulfate potassium, also known as ACE, which causes increased risks of glucose intolerance and altering of gut environments. Like a commercial, I'd say wait, there is more, as Prime has E955, also known as sucralose. Side effects of sucralose include being a migraine trigger, increasing diarrhea, and may play a role in certain cancers.
But I'm not done yet!
Why have a sucralose that may play roles in cancer when there is a cancer-causing thing inside of Prime? As per Time, used in various Diet Coke drinks and chewing gum is pretty dangerous. It can cause a few of the things mentioned: cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's, seizures, dementia, mood disorders. And there is one more thing, which is brain cancer, brain tumour cancers, which have been clinically proved to be a result of aspartame, which is used in Prime as a substitute for caffeine and sugar. In full, Prime isn't the greatest thing ever. But before we reveal the grand winner, let's ask one thing. Why don't you click subscribe for more content like this, and maybe I can reach 500 subscribers before AJ Animations can. Okay, who is the winner and who was the loser? Well, the obvious loser all round is Prime, with a few things inside which can cause multiple very bad diseases. Now time to reveal the winner. Drum roll please. Joyride. It has not many critiques apart from agar and steve oil, which is the least used things in the sweets. That means the second prize goes to Mr. Beast. Feastables has a dangerous amount of sugar and 12 grams of saturated fat compared to everything else, which has no saturated fat. I hope you learned something today, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.